What's going on, guys? And I know a lot of you guys have been asking me for my in-game settings and controller settings, camera, all that kind of stuff. So today's video is just going to be me very quickly going through my game settings and all that fun stuff. So to start off, I have to play on competitive settings because, as you guys know, I play competitive FIFA, I play pro FIFA, so I have to use competitive settings, and I do have to use precision shooting. Now this is where things get a little bit interesting. So I do think precision shooting is better, right? I do think it's better. That being said, assisted, right? Not manual. Don't use manual. I do think assisted is pretty good, right? I think it's very good, especially if you're a beginner or you struggle to aim your shots. This is fine. That being said, if you use assisted, maybe try to use timed finishing. But if you do want to try something, and I do recommend everybody trying it just to see if you like it or not, precision shooting is very, very good. As you read the description, it says shot direction will be partially assisted. Aiming at the goal results in more accurate shots and faster ball speeds. So it's kind of like a mini power shot, you know, nothing too crazy. Now, if you use precision shooting, I would actually recommend turning time finishing off. Now, why would I turn time finishing off? I really don't think you need it. If you're using precision shooting, I don't think you need it. And if you're somebody who like constantly red times a shot, if you want to just use precision shooting, don't need time finishing. I would recommend time finishing if you do use assisted shooting, but honestly, I just would avoid it. I miss too many shots. Sometimes I think about turning it off. Really makes me angry. But anyways, in terms of passing, through ball assistance, I have semi. Lob through pass, I have semi as well. Ground pass assistance, I have assisted. Cross assistance, also assisted. This assisted. Pass receiver lock, I also have on late. And precision pass sensitivity is normal. Now, you guys will notice most of my settings are pretty basic. I have like almost default for most of my things. Nothing too crazy. Clear assistant is also directional, and manual is forced on me. Advanced defending. Now, why do I use advanced defending? Advanced defending literally just gives you an extra button. I get it. Like, some people are like, oh, I don't want to switch to advanced, like tactical. I've done tactical my whole life. Advanced defending is literally the exact same thing. The only thing is, like, you can do a shoulder challenge by pressing X. Now, players with Bruiser are really good with this. Theo Hernandez, unbelievable. I mean, he's crazy no matter what. But if you use this like advanced defending mechanic of pressing X, it makes it very, very useful. It's also very good to just body players off the ball, usually when they do a through ball, right? It just allows you to body people. So it's just an extra button. Like, I would just turn it on and like practice it a little bit. Like, you don't have to do it all the time, but if you're just gonna press circle anyways and not use it, you might as well have it on, because like it gives X a reason to exist, because I think X is like contain on tactical defending, and contain does nothing. You should not be using that button. So I use advanced defending. Now, pass block assistance I also have on. Now for switching, people ask me a lot about my switching settings, right stick switching settings, all this stuff. Auto switching, I got air balls and loose balls, right? To auto switch. I know it can get a little bit annoying on corners, but luckily corners aren't as overpowered anymore due to the recent patches, and they're not as good as last year's. Last year's were a nightmare, but whatever. Auto switching move assistance, I have none. Right stick switching, I use classic. I don't even know what the other ones are, to be honest. What is it? Player rotation. I don't even know what that is. Adaptive is the worst. If you have adaptive, do not use that. I have no idea what this means. But anyways, classic, right stick switching, reference, player, relative. Always should be player relative. Do not do ball relative. This is terrible. Do player relative. Now, right stick switching sensitivity. I'm going to be honest. I've had it on 10 before. I've had it on 8, 5, 6, 7, any number you could think of. I really do not tell a difference. So I just keep this on the basic, which is, I'm pretty sure 4 is the basic. I keep it on basic. Why? Because, I mean, I don't really know what this actually does. Like, maybe I should read it here. But as I'm reading it, like, I do not think it's that good. I think it more, like, works for other stuff. Like the other right stick switching sensitivities, or not sensitivities, switching, like, classes, like adaptive or, like, player rotation. I don't know. But for classic, it really does nothing. Next player switching, also switch to classic, right? Keep it on classic. Reaction time calibration, I have no idea what this does, but I have this off. And whatever this is, I don't know why it says anything if it's off. And also for player lock, I have it on. Now, you don't have to have player lock, but again, it's kind of like that advanced defending. If you don't use it, is there really a point in turning it off? Like, I just can't imagine when you're pressing in the left and right stick in if you're not using player lock. Like, there's nothing else in the game that makes you do that. So I would keep it on, and it's also a pretty good mechanic to learn. I can do a tutorial on that if you guys want, so leave a comment down below if you guys want to see me release a tutorial for that. Now, dribbling. I can't use contextual dribbling. Even if you could use it, I would not use it. This is not that good. Save assistance, I have on semi. Now, controller preferences. Very, very important here. All of these should be on off. If you like to play with user vibration, I'm going to be honest, you're kind of weird. That's not a bad thing though, but if you're playing like foot champs and stuff, like, and I'm about to take a shot and my controller starts rumbling out of my hands, that's kind of an issue, especially if you use time finishing. So not the best thing. And also it's kind of hard on defense as well. If like a player runs into you and your controller's trying to run away from you from all that vibration, turn that off. Analog sprint off. You don't need that as well. Like the further you hold R2, first of all, you shouldn't be holding R2 that much. If you've watched our tactical analysis video, you shouldn't really be holding R2 that much. So turn that off. And if you are, you want it to be as fast as possible. You want to make sure that your controller doesn't have any issues. For example, if you can't press sprint that far in, that means you're going to be sprinting a little bit slow. So if you feel like you're slow, you might have this setting on. Trigger effect, exact same thing. Resistance. I don't know why you want to feel like you're fighting your controller. Like I find this really cool if you're playing a single player game, but you don't want to be fighting your controller when you're trying to sprint or jockey. Like I just want to be able to press my button and press my button, not trying to like test my grip strength and stuff like that off trying to click a button. So try not to do that. Now, match, this doesn't matter. Camera settings. People ask me this all the time. So what are my camera settings? What camera setting is that? Blah, blah, blah. Telebroadcast. I use telebroadcast. I've always used telebroadcast. I used to use telebroadcast default. This year, a little bit different. Telebroadcast is still the main one, but I go to custom. So default is default, obviously, right? It's 10, 10, 10, whatever. I use custom, so just switch it over to custom. Then for height, you're going to put 17 height, and then you're going to do 3 zoom. So now why do we do 3 zoom? The reason I do 3 zoom is because I want it to be as zoomed out as possible. Not as zoomed out, but zoomed out enough to be able to see more of the field. It's not going to be co-op where you can see everybody in the stands. You can see VVD's mom in the stand. None of like that, right? I like it pretty zoomed in, which is why I use telebroadcast. Co-op, too far. I see way too much. I don't need to see outside the stadium. Height 17. Why? Because it kind of makes it, you know, a little bit higher so you can see more of the pitch and it's at a nice angle, but it's still close enough where I can do those nice little dribbles and nothing too crazy. All of this I don't really touch. I just keep everything the same. Now power shot zoom, this is just preference. I'm crazy for power shots. Everybody knows this, right? I'm usually referred to as the power shot king. I totally didn't just name myself that, but if you know me and seen my reels and everything, I love power shot. I find it easier to hit with power shot zoom. Also on defense, I want to know when someone's power shotting because those things are rockets. They're pretty much a guaranteed goal if your opponent knows what they're doing. I want to know when someone's about to shoot that cannon into my net. So I would watch out for that. I turn it on. If you don't like it on, that's fine. You don't have to, but I actually really do like that setting, which might be a little bit odd. As for visual, I don't really think this matters that much, but I do player name and indicator. I don't want to see my opponent's PSN. I want to see who they have because if they have finesse plus or something, I normally can just tell by the name that they have. Now, player indicator, player name. I use default for player indicator size. All of this is on. I don't really know what any of this does. Playstyles indicators I put on as well. Maybe I just want to see it. Like some people think it causes delay, so you can turn it off. I kind of like to see when they activate, so I keep it on. Next player switch indicator, I have off. Player based difficulty, I don't even know what this is. I have off. Hold to skip, I have off. Celebration camera focus, I have this on scoring team. I think some people have this on user control team. So like if somebody's griddying you and you get really mad at celebrations, turn this off. Time score display, I want to see it. Score clock drop down, I want to see that too. Precision pass visuals, I have that too. Same with precision shot. A lot of people have been asking me, how do I have an arrow? This is how I have an arrow, right? Precision shot visuals, this is on. Sometimes it's off for people. I have it on. This is why I have an arrow when I shoot precision shooting. If that helps you, turn it on. I like it. Radar is 2D. I don't even know what a 3D one is, but I have it 2D. User radar color is default, which I should change it actually. I really should change it. So you can actually customize it. I think this is new. I'm going to do black and then my opponent white because sometimes there's a kick clash and it gets really annoying. So I'm going to do black and then my opponent's going to be white. So customize that as you will. If you guys get kick clashes, that's how you fix it so that you can actually see. Because as you see there in the bottom corner, that happens to me sometimes. And like, I don't know which white or which black I am. So I'm like, they're both the same. So I don't know which one to do. And I actually do use that. So online ID indicator, fade, net tension, regular. This is just whatever you want to do. None of this matters. Connection indicator, I have this on only. Input overlay, I turn off. This people again think that it causes delay. You can put it on. I'll turn it on for tutorials and stuff like that, but for the most part I have it off. And hypermotion inside overlays I have off. This is extremely distraction, like a big distraction. Like you don't need to have this on. If you like it, keep it on, but it just makes like the field change colors and stuff, and I can't focus on all that kind of stuff. Player performance off. Measurement system default. I don't know what the default is, and I don't think any of this actually matters here. And yeah, none of this really matters here unless you play Rush. I don't play Rush, so audio settings does not matter. Accessibility, this is what I have. I don't know if you care. If you have color blindness, maybe you should look into that. I don't really change anything. And then graphics mode, I just have enhanced visuals. Maybe favor resolution might be better, especially if you're on PC. I don't know what it does. I like enhanced visuals. They're apparently good ensuring a responsive gameplay, but no matter what, there's delay. So yeah, those are my game settings. And I don't know if I can even check my controller settings, but my controller settings is default, literally default, whatever it comes in default. I don't change it, right? That's what I played. No 2-button, no, I don't even know the other ones, just classic. I just play on classic and that's it. But anyways, I didn't want to keep you guys too long. But one thing I will say before I end the video, let me know if you want to see anything else, any settings or any questions. I will let you know as well if I missed anything. And get ready, I'm going to be posting some 4-4-2 tactics. We went 30-0 this weekend with these 4-4-2 tactics on 2 accounts, the RTG as well, not just this crazy pay to win team. Also Mbappe is insane. He is, what a player he is. But yeah, so be ready for those tactics to come out, and then we will also be posting our in-depth analysis for the 4-4-2 as well, continuing that video that you guys loved, and also talking over our gameplay in it. But anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like and comment down below whatever you guys need help with, and I'll make a video on it. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.